They need to consolidate the double chance. Geelong West Cricket and Football Club are in fourth on the same match win ratio, and Thomson enjoying only a 5 percentage point lead over West, so they need to win today to consolidate double chance. Secondly, North Geelong, the Magpies, those fabulous Magpies, they are presently enjoying fifth spot, and they're some 20-odd percentage points ahead of Anarchy. So they'll be very desperate today to win to stay in the five. And talking about the Thomson Footy Club, my special guest commentator here this afternoon, and Country FM listeners, you absolutely are gifted this afternoon, because this man is a legend in his own lunchtime, a real good friend of mine, and a very good president of the Thomson Sporting Club. Good afternoon, Johnny Mitchell.
Good afternoon, Ronnie. Pleasure to be here.
Mate, it's great to have you up, and I do apologise at such late notice to get you in here because, well, unfortunately, Jason, I believe, is back from overseas, opted to go to Kardinia Park, so I'll catch up with Jason next week.
Could be getting the sack, Jason.
But listen to this. AFL has taken over our country football files. Peter Walker, Buckley's manager, who said, look, Ronnie, I'll look after you and fill in for Jason while he's overseas for 4 weeks. Guess where he is?
He's down at the league too, Ronnie.
MCG.
Oh, at the MCG. He's even at the drive to go
watching
and watch
those Tigers.
Unbelievable. He should be here watching the real Tigers.
That's exactly what I said to him too, Mitch. So we're here. We'll enjoy the game, and I'm sure that our 89.1 FM Country FM listeners will enjoy this great country football here this afternoon at Godfrey Street, the home of the Thomson Tigers.
That's right, Ronnie. Especially seeing it such a great mecca and a great ground for football. We had the finals here last year. Sensational effort last year here for the finals. It's pity they're not going to be here this year, Ronnie.
Well, yeah, Mitch, I'm sure you would have gone into bat and made a very good presentation like you did last year for them.
No, well, unfortunately, Ronnie, we never got the chance this year. So
well, they've sort of gone in the back door.
Well, yeah, executive, and they have the right to make the decision, and they've chose fit to have the finals at St Albans, which St Albans is a good ground, but to my way of thinking, they really should be at a GDFL ground. You know, that would be much better for. We're trying to promote our football, so it doesn't matter whether it be at Thomson, North Geelong, Belpost, Hill, wherever. They should be at a GDFL ground, but that's another story, Ronnie.
Yeah, look, the only thing, and I'll be neutral here. I love GDFL football, as you well know. The only thing I'll say is that very hard when a team like, for example, last year, the Thomson Footy Club hosted the finals and were participating, a little unfair advantage.
Yeah, I do agree with that, Ronnie. There's no doubt that it does give the home side an advantage, but look, they played the finals on the MCG when Melbourne were playing there solely, and they're the greatest football body in the land, and no one's sort of worried about that, I don't suppose.
That's a fair call, John. Well, mate, conditions here for this great game of ours, country football, it's absolutely perfect, Johnny.
It is a perfect day. No wind, no sun glare. The ground's been manicured perfectly. I think I saw Harry hacking around there with the nail clippers, cutting the tufts of grass away from the goalpost there at one stage last night. So, very good it is at the moment.
Well, it's sensational, and for the people that will enjoy the videotape of this fine guest video production here this afternoon, I can thank the technician cameraman Brett Revere, who does a great job for guest video, and he'll be bringing us the action and the pictures up here in the box here this afternoon, and we thank Brett sincerely for his efforts throughout season 1997, and it's going to be a great day, John.
It certainly will be. I've got a great deal of respect for North Geelong. We played them early in the year, and I thought they were a very, very good side, and I'm actually a little surprised with what sort of happened to North Geelong, because I rate them very highly. And also, my old man played for North Geelong in their halcyon years in the 50s, so I can remember being out at North Geelong watching him play. So I've got a great deal of respect for the North Geelong club, and I'm sure that it will be a very, very good game.
Yeah, certainly, and I'll try and pick him up, because I've noticed in the North Geelong side, Brett Lewis is coming now. He was listed as an emergency. I'm not sure who's missing, but it's going to be, look, the quality players as we go through the North Geelong side. Mark Burns, terrific. Yeah. Harold Jones, he's a legend. Mr. GDFL
No doubt about that.
Looking through James Naylor, league representative.
Very good player.
Yep, Simo always does a good job in the back pocket. Yep. Marty Wilson can win games off his own boot. Good to see Timmy Schwerson. He's had a bit of injury in the past. Hasn't played a lot of senior footy this year. Noticed he's on the bench as well.
Timmy's a very good player and has been a very good player in the league for a long time. Probably a player that should have, and this is not denigrating our league, but should have played at a higher standard. very talented, and I know he's had a shoulder injury for a fair amount of time and crook knee, so hopefully for him that he goes all right today. Not too well though, Ron.
No worries. I'm looking forward to the clash, and I do hope they play on each other, and that is Terry Nankervis and Stuart Marnie. Two very good women on respective clubs here this afternoon. Stewie Marnie actually got 3 votes off me earlier in the season, and a very accomplished footballer.
Well, if he gets 3 votes and he does play on Terry Nankervis today, he's thoroughly earned them, because Terry is probably one of the better players that's been in our league for a long time. Terry has been at our club ever since he was a junior and went straight out of under-14s into senior football. And I think he's played 1 game in the seconds in that time, and that was last year. And the coach said when he didn't play this year early, he said, I'm going to bring him back through the seconds. And I said, if you bring him back through the seconds, I'm going to sack you. So that's what I feel about.
Put pay to that.
Don't put pay to the seconds. Okay. That's how I feel about Terry. Great player.
Yeah, and well, we were criticised last game here at Thomson, I believe. Terry was given your best player.
Yeah.
The way you saw it, we ended up going Dale Menzies.
Dale played very, very well, though. Very well.
That's the great thing about country footy. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and it always varies, and we always seem to be able to come to a mutual agreement at the end of the day after a couple of those cold, refreshing drinks that you so nicely provide for us at half-time at the end of the game.
That's exactly right, Ron. Actually, that reminds me of the last North Geelong game. Noel Fanning christened the award that you gave at that game, the Robert Klump Award. You give it to Alan Richardson.
Yeah, good on you. Other players, though, Mitch, to look at North Geelong, ex-North Shorper and James Cummings wearing the 27 Guernsey here this afternoon. Quite an accomplished footballer. I noticed the axe, Shane Burnsy's on the bench as well. Very strong and aggressive, hard at the footy. Ex-Corio coach Ray Robertson. He'll probably start up at centre-half forward. Maybe still not completely recovered from the knee operation he had earlier in the season. He doesn't appear to have a bandage on now. So he's a match winner in his own right, Ray Robertson.
They've got a very good side, very accomplished side, North Geelong. As I said, they've got a lot of good players on all lines. They're very strong, they're hard at the footy, and, just Jonesy. We've tried to snip Jonesy from North Geelong for the last 10 years because he just lives across the road. We just believe that he's a sensational player. Yeah. And, they're very good. Axe, I've come to blows with Axe a couple of times myself, so I know what it's like,
good stuff.
But, no, they're a good side, North Geelong.
Yeah, Joe McDermott, a couple of youngsters, Robert Hennison and Matthew Potter in the centre. We're in the 62 Guernsey. It's surprising having a centreman wearing a number 62, mate, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is. Matty spent a little bit of time out at North Shore this year, and I've seen Matty over the last few years playing with their under-18s. I've got a son playing at St Joey's, and they have a side in the GDFL, and last year he played in that side, and Matty Poulter is a very, very accomplished player. Got a lot of talent. He's rated very highly by the powers to be down at the Falcons and places like that, so I'll be interested to see how he goes.
Okay, interested in the selection of the side Thomson boys. Christian Smith, who actually won the premiership for you, in my opinion, playing in the ruck last season, listed at centre-half forward.
Yeah.
Will he start there?
I think he probably will start there. He'll either be there or centre-half back, but we've got Ian Evans back this year, who's a big, strong, robust ruckman, so it's
great asset.
It's allowed Christian Smith to play any of the key positions. 2 weeks ago, he played at full-back and I believe was the best player on the ground, so he's played in all the key positions.
Probably one of the truest Tigers of all is the guy that missed out on last year's grand final, and I noticed he's listed at centre-half back, and that's the number 3 Guernsey, Mark Harris. Gee, what a lot of character he's got, this kid.
Yeah, Mark's been exceptional. Mark, it was obviously devastating for Mark last year. He missed out in the grand final, but to his credit, he worked doubly hard over the summer, and he's been a permanent fixture in the side, and hopefully if he probably the only reason he missed out was because Andrews was on him and we wanted to play Aitchison on Andrews. So
okay.
That's just it.
Now, with a serious question, I noticed the coach starting off on the bench, and he will by the looks as well. Very unusual move. He's not carrying a problem.
Not unusual. He's had an injury. The bench and being part of the team, that's where he started.
Okay, fair call. Well, look, we better give the men in white a wrap here because they're controlling proceedings here this afternoon. Johnny Davies, Noel Hooper in the centre. They're looking after proceedings. On the boundary line, Travis Zimmer and Peter Urban. In the goals, Peter Taylor and Adam Ojak. We give them, all the very best wishes here this afternoon. It should be a crackerjack game of footy, Mitch, and let's just hope that the best side wins on the day. Obviously, you'd be selecting Thomson.
Yeah, in a tight struggle. I think it'll be a titanic struggle. It'll go down to the wire, and I'm a great believer in the best team winning, and if they do, the sun will come up tomorrow, no matter which one it is.
Time will tell. I'll stick with you too. The home side always tastes sweeter after the game. First bounce of the ball, umpire Hooper. Timmy Gardner gets first handle on the leather, hits it to the ruckman in Evans. His hand pass sharked by the legend himself in Darryl Jones. A quick kick though out of the centre square was by Mickey Dan. Up the half forward it goes. But his left foot kick dropped short. Coming out taking a nice mark there. Fabulous Magpies. His right foot kick is well trapped there at centre of the ground. That was Owens. He goes to centre half forward, and coming out in front there of Harris was Ray Robertson. His kick is a shocker, but luck's a fortune here, Mitch, because it's fallen in the arms of young Kane Harrington. He's around about 50 metres from goal, 45-degree angle.
Just a couple of the matchups, Ronnie. It looks like Swinnerson's picked up Gardner, and it looks like Poulter's on the wing on Justin. Harris is on at centre half back. There's a kick towards the goal, and there's a big fly in the goal square, punched away by the Thomson player. North Geelong are in front. Tackle, good tackle, Dale Menzies. Ball spills free. Who's that there? I can't see it. That is number 27 for the Thomson. James Cummings has a snapshot at goal, and it's rushed over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Great pressure, young Withers.
Yeah, good player, Shane. Fairly hard at it.
Certainly was, and Cummings, an opportunity at shooting at goal.
Yeah.
Withers, hard at it, started the ball off the boot.
Yeah, he's an ex-BFA player. Withers, ball's thrown in, Evans gets a clear tap out. Christian Highland puts his body in on the ball, over to Justin Stein. Don't handball it there, Justin, but you did. Out of bounds it goes. We've had a little bit of trouble starting, Thomson. We've all been slow starters, but today they seem to be on the money a little bit. Should be a good game, Ron.
Well, we're 1 minute into the first quarter. That's brought to us by LBW Chartered Accountants here at Godfrey Street. Thomson with an advantage. Good work, JJ. Gave it across to Christian Highland. His high ball puts Christian Smith under a bit of pressure. McFarlane's hand pass intercepted, knocked away there by those fabulous Magpies in Weiss. Support at ground level was good there, and that was Skoko up the centre half forward. Ball now fisted away. Atchison, the rubber man of the Tigers, picks it up, goes out wide. Terry Nankervis, the most skilled player, I believe, in the GDFL, tips over the top. The lunchbox, Gardner goes short. Cowans should have marked it, couldn't hold it, goes back in very angrily after the footy. He's very hungry for it this afternoon, Mitch, and I'm sure he'll be keen to make amends for a couple of games where he's been a little bit inaccurate in the past.
Oh. And we were at the tribunal the other night. Good goal snapped. But yes, Plugger's got off a charge the other night from just a normal hip and shoulder bump. Was investigated from the Bannockburn game. I'm sure you'll find that he'll kick a lot of goals today, Plugger. Be very hard at the footy.
Yeah, look, I'm really pleased to hear that, Mitch, because players don't need those unnecessary pressures hanging over them, and good to see him back out there wearing the purple and gold Guernsey here this afternoon as we see another legend just stroll past. One of the toughest men of GDFL footy. That was Ronnie Willis. I've still got a dint in the back of my head from Ronnie. But back to the footy we go. The Humphrey V man picks it up. Left foot kick. A long bomb up there to Cowan. Knocked away. Good work. Ground level lunchbox. Quick hands. Good football. Woofer. He should kick it.
Yes,
lovely footy. He's another skilled Tiger. And I tell you what, Woofer, a fine goal under pressure, Johnny.
It was a fine goal under pressure. Now, that's one of the reasons we've improved over recent weeks, Ronnie, is lunchbox Gardner. Play.
Well, we've been going 4 minutes of the first quarter. LBW chartered accountant first quarter scoreboard. So's Thomson now 2 straight goals, 12 points, and North Geelong yet to open their account.
Ian Evans wins it again from the ruck. Disputed ball. JJ in hard for the football. North Geelong apply a lot of pressure. Still going good there. There should be just about a ball up, I'd suggest. No, it's spilled free. And we've got Sweno over the ball, handballs it out to Simon Simpson. Timmy Gardner intercepts, squares the ball up. Ian Evans, big plugger. Good mark, plugger.
In between 2 North Geelong defenders.
Very good.
Stewie Marnie was one, Mark Burns the other. Probably a bit of a height and weight advantage. Yeah. Took the mark nicely.
Plugger kicked his 100th point for the year a couple of weeks ago. His kicking hasn't been that good. He's had a lot of the footy, so let's hope today he's on the mark.
Well, he's kicked 41, I think you'll find, for the season. Leading goal kicker for the Tigers. GDFL 40 for 97. The drop punt, he didn't make clean contact. Distance not a problem. Accuracy well to the left. And 1 point the result off the boot of Mark Cowan.
Yes, we've had a fair bit of the play on here today. We've been... it hasn't been a scrambly affair. It's been fairly open, and there hasn't been a great deal of physical pressure yet, I haven't found.
Correct.
Kick out from the North Geelong side. Here he is again, Lunchbox Gardner. A lot of pace. Gets his hands on the footy, screws it back to Terry Nankervis, who will do something with it, Terry. Good shepherd by Winger Smith. Plugger's a chance here at the back. Good mark, Plugger. No problems. Oh, and he's played on. Jeez, there's a goal. No, played on. Plugger, you don't play on from 5 metres out. Goodness gracious me, a goal gone begging.
Yeah, certainly there, but what a great kick, though, from half forward there was from... the Lunchbox gave it across to Terry Nankervis. Perfectly well weighted kick there to Cowans. But unfortunately, the big fellow, he's played on, and a costly result. Ball back into play. Well done there for the fullback. He kicked it right out wide to the outer side of the ground. It's on half forward. Quick handstand Curvis was good to Menzies. His kick, though, ill-directed. And looks like Steve Simpson takes the grab at centre half back now for the Magpies. Comes to the members' side. Looks to Harrington. Support at ground level was good. The youngster has a bounce. That's young Polder. The pony-tailed Magpie. Left foot kick to full forward. Up they go. Oh, Atchison got one high. No free kick. Oh, Naylor breaks through. Dropped the ball. Plays allowed to continue. Atchison must get a free kick. He's just about had every part of his head ripped off his shoulders, and the umpire agrees.
Well, I think that's the second free kick that he should have got there. Atchison's been great for us, won in last year's best and fairest. Kicked out to Ian Evans. Ian Evans is good. He sights Winger Smith. He's going to have to back hard back into this pack, which he does. Good contest. Gets a free kick for in the back. Looks to play on. Christian McFarlane leads. A good lead there from Christian. Bounces over his head. Here he is again. Lunchbox in there with his pace. North Geelong player slung off the ball. Lunch, he's got it. Hands out to Timmy. Timmy gives off to Christian McFarlane. Terry Nankervis wide. Can't get a handle on it. Does now. Good enough to steady. Looks for someone. Kick. Well done by that North Geelong player, number 41, which was Christian Owens. Good smother. Terry regains the ball. Gets around 2 North Geelong opponents, and there's a free kick. Play on, the umpire says. Plays advantage. Out it spills to Dale Menzies. Up. A pack of players. North Geelong gets the ball. Jonesy's got it once again. Lunchbox is in there with the tackle, but they spill free. North Geelong plays down through the centre of the ground.
Yeah, Mark Burns was at half-back. Good work there too, and found his teammate in the middle of the ground, who plays on quickly. Kicks to Harrington. That was good work there, Malcolm Key. Harrington's left foot kick to the leader. Good one. And a good lead too from Marty Widdowson in front of that occasion of Mark Harris. Takes the footy. He's no more than 30 metres out. Pretty tight angle, Mitch, and this will test him.
They are kickable from there, though. If you're looking to kick a goal from that end of the ground, that's probably the place to be. The other pocket's a dead pocket, and I'm sure they'll give it a good shake. It's not really a hard shot from there.
Okay, Widdowson. The gloved one. And he's got the board shorts on as well. The drop punt, he hasn't made good contact with the footy at all. It's just played to the right. Well offline, the first score on the board off the boot there of the number 16 Guernsey, Martin Widdowson. And that's North Geelong's first score. It's taken them 8.5 minutes, Mitch, for the first quarter.
It has taken a while, Ronnie, which surprised me a little bit. Looks like David Burke's doing the kicking out today. Spots Justin at the back of the pack. JJ puts his hands up and nearly takes a good mark. It wasn't paid. Ball spills free. Polder forces the ball over the line.
Yeah, I would have paid it for mine. I thought he brought it to ground, and the umpire said, no, it's off the hands of the back. It's out of bounds now, right in front of the Thomson Sporting Club club rooms, and what a palace it is.
It is a bit of a palace. All we need to do now is fill it up with spectators.
It gets better of a Sunday afternoon, I must say.
Certainly is. We have some good shows here, which, we thoroughly enjoy ourselves out here at Tigerland.
Okay, ball now. Off hands. I think it's out of bounds. No, there's been a free kick on
free kick for a high
one
tackle.
of the toughest men at the Tigerland for mine. Jason Stein. He wouldn't know how to spell the word fear, would he?
No, he definitely doesn't. He bleeds for the club every week. This is the bloke I like, Christian Smith. He really knows the intricacies of the game. The subtle movements of his body all the time. Very good. Kicks down to Christian McFarlane. We seem to be getting a little free in the centre. It's picked up by North Geelong. Mark Burns, who's very, very good. Handballs it over it. Another handball here. We've got to watch out because North Geelong are free. Dale Menzies does a good job here. North Geelong follow up. Kick in. Mickey Gann.
Oh,
very good.
What
Mickey.
a beauty.
Mickey Gann's been at Thomson for a long time and played in 3 or 4 premierships. Good player, Mick. Just a quiet achiever.
Yes,
bad
certainly.
kick, though.
Could have taken his time,
couldn't he? Christian Owens, he's having a bit of an influence on the game, Christian Owens. He's had a few kicks. Looks a likely customer.
Yeah, he's got the free kick there. I'm not sure what for, but umpire Noel Hooper has suggested Christian Owens, A for effort, gets the possession right in the middle of Godfrey Street. Looks up there to half forward. The lead was from Stewie Marnie. Couldn't control it. Mickey Gann cleverly taps it across to the direction of Timmy Gardner. Was good. Quick hands to Highland. Rode the bump from McDermott sweetly. Left foot kick well smothered. Bad luck there from Highland. Now ricochets to Malcolm Key. Got it back to his teammate. Key under all sorts of pressure and penalised. Bad hand pass, bad option there for the fabulous Magpies. And the Tigers roar again.
It was a little bit of a scrambly play there. It's been kicked down to where Christian McFarlane has knocked the ball over the line. Sometimes early a little bit, some of our players tend to get a little fancy. I just believe they should either do a very clean, decent long kick or handball instead of trying to kick round the corners as Christian Highland did then. But he's been a great player for us all year. Ball's been thrown in by the umpire. Christian Smith in the ruck. Ball comes down to Christian Smith again, flipped out. And it's another boundary throw. A bit of scrambly play at the minute, Ron. We can't get anything free, so we'll see what happens.
Time check, Mitch. 11 and a half minutes gone, and at the minute, 14 points plays one. Thomson Tigers in front. Round 17 GDFL match of the day here at Godfrey Street on Country FM 89.1. Back to the footy we are at half forward. Thomson into attack again. Pretty untidy passage of footy. Tiffers a little frayed. Coming out there fighting was Dave Tajani. Umpire Noel Hooper right on proceedings. Nothing serious, and back to the footy.
Bounced down by Noel Hooper, actually a throw-up. Boys go at it in the ruck. Good knockout. We've got Christian Highland who's read that really well off the pack. Over to Terry Nankervis. Terry Nankervis on his left has a shot at goal. And another point. This has been one of our Achilles' heels against Werribee Centrals 2 weeks ago. We were 5 points and they were 6 goals before we scored a major. So we've just got to get the kicking boots on. Ball's kicked out by North Geelong. High ball up in the air. Backing back into the pack very well there was Christian McFarlane. It's taken by the North Geelong player. I can't see his number on. It's a bit hard to pick him out there.
Yeah, Malcolm Key it was.
Malcolm Key. Good. He's been good, yes. And it's over to Burns. Burns handballs out. Ball's handball's out to Harrington. Harrington's been good. JJ should mark this. He's just playing in front of his opponent. He's only a young boy, Matty Polar, but a very good player. JJ's just had the better of the deal at the moment. Kicks up to Christian McFarlane. Christian McFarlane in front has got good hands. Spilled away. Burns again on the ground. Good shepherd by the North Geelong player. Bad kick. JJ's into it again here. We've got a big chance. Over to Stein. Stein tries to break a tackle. Does so over to Burke. Going better than that Foxquest, Berkey, I can tell you.
I was talking to the owner of that this morning, actually. I think you're going to boom it.
I think you should. God almighty. Kicked up in the air, and we've got Christian Highland taking a mark in the centre of the ground.
Well, a good build-up there was from Burke, and JJ also involved there was some nice work from Highland. His long kick there to half forward. Looks to Timmy Gardner. Hotly pressed. Quick hands was good there for the North Geelong Pies. Out there, looks, I think it was Weiss. Got it across to Burns. He's kicked to the centre of the ground. High tackle was placed on Atchison, and advantage played. Menzies kicks to half forward, and Nankervis having a picnic.
Terry Nankervis has been dominant on his wing. Kicks up to Big Cowan. Cowan misses it. It's taken away by Stephen Simons. Nankervis receives the ball from a mark, kicks into the pocket to Shane Withers. Shane Withers marks on a fairly acute angle about 45 metres out, and he can only kick about 20, so I don't think he'll have a shot.
14 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter. Thomson 15, North Geelong 1
He passes the ball here to Lunchbox Gardner. Now, between the two of them, Lunchy's are now 20 out, so he's a chance. But, you know, good movement of the ball. There's plenty of room there for Lunchy to run into, and he has got some toes, so that has helped us as a team.
Yeah, now certainly can kick both sides of his body. Quite a skilled youngster is the Lunchbox. Now, he's right on the boundary. As you said, 20 metres out, the drop punt. I think he hasn't really made good contact of it, and he's well offline of 1 point. The result off the boot of Andrew Gardner, the Lunchbox.
Yes, it's a little bit of a worry, this, because you have most of the play and you're letting the other side stay in the game but not capitalising on the scoreboard. And they've only got to rush it down and they're back in it. North Geelong fullback kicks to himself and plays on. Now kicks long down to the Pavilion side wing. Dale Menzies has the ball. Good hands, Dale. Dale's a smart player. He's gone back into defence. Lovely pass to Humphrey B. Bear. Rick Humphreys over to Christian Highland. Highland, an up-country kick, doesn't give the forwards any chance at all, and it's marked by North Geelong.
Okay. Clash of players here too. On centre wing was Poulter and Cummings. Cummings okay. Now the kick from half-back, a long bomb, a floater. Look for Robinson. There's been a free kick there on Christian Highland. Only bloke going for the footy. Caught one a little bit high there from that loose tackle of Stewie Marnie. And Christian Highland now gets the free kick. Umpire just blowing time off. Highland not allowed to play on, which was odd. I thought he was behind his mark.
Yeah. Maybe he hadn't signalled time on again, Ronnie.
Okay, well he has now. And Highland will drive the Tigers into attack. The floating drop punt, drop short. And in front, that man Owens again.
He's been very good, Owens. He's playing on Wolfen, and he's been very good.
He looks to go to the outer side of the ground, looks to the lead of Robertson. And that man, Nan Curvis, chipped in again, but he couldn't control the footy. Swooping on it now was Stewie Marnie, but his kick was a shocker. And Highland says, thank you very much. Go short. And there will be a 50-metre penalty against Stewie Marnie. A little stiff, because it looks like Shane Withers went to play on but didn't, and was put to ground. Umpire hadn't called play on. It's one of that sort of grey area of footy, isn't it?
Very difficult. I don't think he done much wrong then. You know, Shane looked as if he was going to play on. All he did was apply a tackle. But the rules are there, I suppose, and as long as they're consistent, we don't really matter. It doesn't really matter, does it?
Certainly.
I'll tell you who's been good as he comes in and kicks for goal. Low trajectory drop punt kick from 15 metres out and another point, I would suggest.
Umpire's blown his whistle. He's asking the goal umpire. There'll be another 50-metre penalty.
Well, we're fairly lucky there, I'd say. You shouldn't miss goals from 20 metres out. But a bloke that's been well and who's been sensational for us all year is Andrew Aitchison. He just knows when to spoil. He created the play there by spoiling Ray Robertson, allowed Christian Highland to get the ball, and he was fortunate enough to receive a free kick. But very, very good player, Andrew Aitchison. You know, he's been a tremendous recruit for us. We got him from St Joey's 2 years ago. He won our best and fairest last year and would probably do it again this year. Shane Withers makes no mistake from 2 metres out. And we're starting to skip away a little bit at this stage. 3 goals, 4-16 to a point. So,
a nice...
3 goals, 4-22, I must have.
That's it. No, you're right, Johnny. You're doing a fine job here for Guest Video and Country FM 89.1. Hope you're enjoying the call here, live from Godfrey Street, with the leader of the band, the Tigers Den, Johnny Mitchell, assisting yours truly here and doing a terrific job for GDFL footy in 97.
I brought you up a donut, Ron, but I don't know whether you'll be able to eat it there. There's only 2 of us here.
Okay, back to the footy.
All right, there's a bounce down by the umpire. Christian Highland comes in here, and the Axe just flattens him with a great bump. Axe, you haven't lost it, son. North Geelong ball spills free. North Geelong out to Jones. Jones kicks, but it looks like Dale Menzies should be able to take position in the forward pocket. No, spills out of his hands, and the ball goes out.
Getting back to the Axe, yet disciplined play by the North Geelong bench. Stewie Marnie dragged for that indiscriminate tackle and 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, and that's fair enough too. And there was nothing in that bump. The Axe just ran straight into him, and that's fair enough. That's what the game's all about. We hope there's not an investigation out of that one.
Let's just hope from the club, or the Tigers' point of view, that Christian Highland can recover, because he looks like he's coming from the ground.
He's all right. He'll be all right. He's a tough boy, Christian. You know, if you play footy long enough, you win them and wear them. That's all there is to it. So, you know, whilst it was a good bump, ball goes up here. Terry Nankervis just plucks one out of the sky. Great player, Terry, over to Timmy Gardner. Timmy Gardner long. Big Cowan's in a good position here, Ronnie, and he's taken a mark 25 metres out. Handballs onto Lunchbox. Lunchbox kicks a goal.
Yeah, and a great goal. Joe McDermott a little late on the tackle.
It was a little late. They seem to be putting a little bit of physical pressure on us, but that doesn't matter. You're in it. If there's physical pressure there, you just got to wear it. Alan Richardson comes onto the ground into the centre of the game. He's the coach. I'm sure he'll be an acquisition to us anyway. Mark Cowan doesn't seem too confident in kicking for goal. He's marked 20 metres out twice and handballed it off Ronnie.
But it's been resulting in goals, so that's the important thing from the side's point of view. As we see coming back onto the ground is Jamie Hutchison.
Yeah, I noticed.
Replacing Simpson.
And we've got Aaron Bradley coming on for JJ. Justin. I don't know what's happened there. But young Hutchie, I used to play footy, and you would have too, against his old man, George. And I watched him last year in the under-18. He's a very good young player, very fine player, Hutchie. Ball's bounced down. Ian Evans goes to the ruck. Good knock with his left hand. Timmy Gardner comes out. Polder sharks the ball. It's away. Kick down to centre half forward. Dale Menchie's on his own down there. I don't know what's going on. Got a paddock to move in. Over to Steiny. Steiny off to the rubber man in Aitchison. Aitchison gets one late. Never mind. You'll wear them, H. On the wing here, it's out of bounds. No, there's been a free kick paid for holding the man, which just a tug on the jumper and a free kick paid there by the umpire.
21-minute mark of the first quarter, and LBW Chartered Accountants scoreboard showing Thomson 4-4-28, North Geelong 1 point. Loose ball at centre wing. Richardson picks it up. Steadies, kick only a short one. A floater, in fact, marked by Hennison there at half-back for the North Geelong side. Goes to centre half-back. Hutchison just coming onto the ground, gets a possession. Hand passes to the run of his teammate there in Tajani. His kick okay to Skoko. Off hands, quick hands to the run now of Shane Burns. The axe goes to centre half forward. The kick, a shocker. Widdowson couldn't pick it up. Harris can though for the Tigers. Gives it to the support of Burke, who kicks currently to centre of the ground. And standing his ground was good work there, Harrington.
Thomson's in a little disarray at the moment. I don't know what's happened. JJ's back on, and there seems to be loose North Geelong players running around everywhere. Polder has the ball, drives it into full forward. Harris has to go back. Spoilt well by the Thomson player, and it runs over the line and out of bounds. North Geelong seem to have picked the tempo up a little. They're being a little more physical, so to speak, which is fair enough. And they're making a bit of a statement at the moment, Ron.
Certainly having trouble getting it through the big sticks as Robinson does battle there with Evans in the ruck. Loose ball back of the pack. Atchison thrown off the footy, but he got it to Timmy Gardner, whose little pass was a bit wide there of Richardson, and it's off hands and out of bounds right in front of the Tigerland clubhouse. It's left half forward. North Geelong into attack. Robinson Evans strong. Got it tapped down. Hutchison, hand pass, a shocker. Put to Hamilton under a bit of pressure. JJ, plenty of time. Looks up there. Smith back, but he used his body well. Support McFarlane was good. Hand pass to Timmy Gardner. Timmy went short, put Richardson under a bit of pressure. Stood his ground though, did the coach of the Tigers, and takes a very nice mark at centre half forward.
Richardson goes to kick. He looks for Cowan. A Cowan lead. Beautiful kick, and Cowan's hit the ball at full tilt. And let's see, Mark, if you got your kicking boots on this time. Just kick through it and we'll be right. I think they should check this ball, Ron. No one's kicked it all that well today, have they?
No, they haven't, but the Sharon, I love the red cherry early stages. Should be really no excuses.
No, there's no excuses today, Ron. It's a beautiful day, and it's good to see Christian Highland back on the ground.
Yeah.
Probably just had a couple of Panadol. He's all right. Big Cowan comes in, lines the goals up, kicks through the ball, and that looks a little better, but that looks a little better. I think that might be a goal, but we'll just wait and see. No point, off to the right. Must have just went over the top of the post. Maybe you shouldn't call them in flight.
A much better kick for goal, though. The ball was spinning perfectly from the drop punt, but just a touch inaccurate.
Yes, it was a good kick. Kicked out to the side here. North Geelong have got a short kick, and it's kicked once again, and Harrington has taken the mark. North Geelong seem to be getting a few loose players about. We'll have to man up a little bit here. Harrington comes in board, kicks to where Terry Nankervis. That's somewhere you don't kick anywhere near Terry Nankervis because he just keeps getting it. Gives it off to Gardner. Gardner on his right foot, scrubby old kick. Wolfram on the left. Handballs at the lunchbox Gardner. Lunchbox Gardner over to, I don't know who that is, but it doesn't matter.
Withers it was. He's kicked, high tackle, Wolferton. I tell you what.
We're fairly lucky there, I suggest.
Well, yes, possibly, but there was a high tackle placed on Wolferton. Hey, hasn't he got skill as well?
He has, Wolfer. The big problem with Wolfer is that he drinks about 50 cans on Thursday night, I think.
Well, the sales are well up.
Yeah, the sales are up. Now, Wolfer's a good player, and he's had a few problems with his hamstrings.
I must check my family tree, John.
Yeah, he could be one of yours. Good play. You'd remember his old man, Jeff.
Yep.
Played at VFA at Geelong West. But no, he's been a good pickup, Woofer. He was a really good junior player at Newcombe and sort of never kicked on, but he's fitted in very well over here at Tigerland. He was fortunate enough the other day to win the meat pack and left with the sausages wrapped around his neck.
He had a good evening.
He did have a good evening. I don't know what his wife thought he did, but...
Well, Craig's kicked, Woofer now has kicked 2 for the Tigers here this afternoon. Moves them on to 5-5-35. North Geelong 1 point. LBW Chartered Accountants, they'll take the stress and worry out of your life, Johnny, because it's that time of the year, tax time and accounting time. LBW Chartered Accountants are the people to call.
Bounce down again, North Geelong win the tap out, but Highland, who looks like he's recovered, is in there nice and hard with Timmy Gardner. Ball comes free, North Geelong. Steiny hits. Oh, Steiny, pick it up, don't try and kick it. Anyway, it's out on North Geelong's half-forward flank. Number 53, who is Weiss, has a shot at goal, and it's a point. That was really a fairly poor attack on the ball, I thought, by Jason Stein. He ran hard, but he made the fatal mistake of throwing his boot out instead of putting his hands down.
Yeah, unlike Jason.
It is unlike Jason. But we didn't pay the penalty, so it wasn't too bad. But, you know, it's good to see Christian Highland back in because and he attacked the ball fairly hard, so he must be all right.
Yep, certainly. 25.5 minutes gone. Thomson, 5-5-35, lead North Geelong 2 points as David Burke did well. Finds McFarlane at half back there from that kick in. McFarlane quickly on to JJ at centre wing. JJ's kick though, not a good one. Dropped short, Wolfenden. Quick hands was good to man Curtis in the centre of the ground. His left foot kick to Cowans. He couldn't take it, but at the back of the pack, Humphrey v. Bear. He tries the bouncy. It bounces the wrong way of the big stick. Kept in play. I tell you, what has it been kicked through?
Touched. Rushed through for a point. But good play by young Gardner. He showed a lot of pace to get to it and keep the ball in play. Good movement of the ball from fullback then. They're picking the right options. Christian McFarlane's coming right down the ground to take the kick out, so that's very, very good. North Geelong kick in, the Thomson players zone up. The kick's long to centre half back right near that man Nankervis again. He gets nudged out by the Axe. Good play, Axe. He kicks down to full forward, to centre half forward, and here we have Jamie Naylor, I think it is. The ex-North Shore player takes the mark. Kick down further into the forward pocket. Number 53 once again, who is Jamie Weiss. He just had the last shot, squares the ball up to Polder. Probably the wrong option there. And he has played the mark, umpire, but never mind.
Dearie me.
Polder's got the mark, and he looks to be limping a little bit, Ronnie.
Landed heavily on the left leg and has probably strained the left ankle for mine.
Yes, he looks a bit uncomfortable there.
He does.
Certainly bulked up since last year, young Polder.
Yes, I'm sure it's something to do with those Sunday mornings out there on the North Geelong
in the weight room.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Anyway, he's a good young player, young Polder, and he's about 45 metres out, and I'd suggest that he would make the distance. He's a fine young kick, fine athlete. Comes in, right foot drop punt, just about splits the goal post, and I think it is touched on the line. Touched on the line actually by a North Geelong player, I think, then. That's their third point for the quarter, North Geelong. The scores are 5-6-36 to 3 points free behinds on the LBW Chartered Accountant scoreboard.
Johnny Mitchell doing a great job for Country FM here this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the call of GDFL round 17, match of the day, where the Thomson Tigers enjoying a 33-point lead. The ball now, David Burke doing a great job at fullback. He's finding targets all the time. He's picked out his teammate there. It comes to Mickey Gann, who kicks to half-back, looks up there for JJ. Switterson was in front, I should say Witterson, but he couldn't handle the footy cleanly, and it's out of bounds at left half forward, a good 70 metres now from North Geelong's goal. Members side here of Godfrey Street, the home of those roaring Tigers.
Yes, it certainly has been a fairly lacklustre affair, I think. There hasn't been a great deal of physical presence in the game, except for one nice bump by the Axe. The ball's thrown in, hit down by Evans again. Christian Highland getting it out again. Good play by Burke. Comes out to the Axe. The Axe hands it off to Hutchison. Timmy Gardner in there on Hutchison. Hutchison evades the tackle. And a nice kick into Cummings. It's a cruel game, this game. Cummings' man's had a couple of goals kicked on him, but he's been very good, and he finds Polter at centre half forward. JJ will have to tighten up a little bit on Polter.
Yes.
He's got away a couple of times now. I think the Axe has had a bit of a bearing on the game. He's been very good since he come on.
Yes, he certainly has a little bit of strength around midfield.
That's to buy me a couple of pots for wrapping him up, I think, after the game. Polder comes in. has a shot at goal. Nice right foot kick, gives it a lot of air. Hasn't made the distance. The ball's in the forward area, punched away. Dale Menzies picks the ball up, runs it across the half-back line. Good kick. Finds Nankervis, who drops a mark. Well, that's something you won't see very often. Ball spills free. North Geelong gain possession. Timmy Gardner, you are gone, Widow. Oh, well tackled, Timmy Gardner.
Let one go.
Oh, there's one down. We've got to get one for a high tackle there. Shane Withers, they're not too happy, the North Geelong boys. Widow didn't like getting tackled in, but anyway, that's the way it goes. Shane Withers sees Christian Highland, and it's a bad kick. And it comes to North Geelong's Jamie Cummings. And kicks in another bad kick. Mickey Gann just gets a belt behind the ear, but that doesn't worry Mickey. Off he goes to JJ. Comes inboard. Kicks at the big Plugger. Plugger's up. Christian McFarlane's a certainty and takes this mark here. Plugger's great body work by Plugger. North Geelong are I think they're just starting to throw their arms around a little. They'd be probably, trying to unsettle the Thomson players at the minute, but it's not quite working yet. McFarlane comes in. He's got a new pair of boots. Right foot kick at goal. Nice long drop punt. Hasn't quite made the distance. And it's rushed through for a point. But a much better kick over the last 2 weeks. Christian McFarlane has kicked 4-7 and 4-9. So he decided to get a new pair of boots, Ronnie.
I would like to think that I had something to do with that. Brief chats I had with him the previous week.
Good.
The kid can play.
Good player, Christian.
Certainly can. 5-7, 37 Thomson. North Geelong 3 points. Time check shows 31 minutes gone on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock, who give us a lovely award each week to present to the best man on the ground, as Thomson roaring. Hands to Highland. Good work to Gardner. Back to Highland. To the lunchbox. He shoots it. Goal! Don't tell me Lunchy's put it through. He has. Great football from the Tigers.
It was good ball movement there by the Thomson players, but the person who created that play was Christian McFarlane once again, who backed into the pack and really brought the ball to the ground, and there was good movement of the ball by hand. And Lunchy again with his explosive pace finished it off. So it's a very good signs here for the Thomson Football Club at the minute.
13 scoring shots to 3 at the present
6-7,
time.
43 to 3 points. It's not a bad position. There's been a centre square infringement, Toomey in the centre. So they'll have to get that right. Sweno kicks it down to centre half forward. Aitchison goes for the spoil, off to Stein, coming through hard as Poulter, who's been shifted to the forward line on Dale Menzies, kicked off the ground into the dead pocket on the Thomson Football Club reserves, and it's run over. It must be nearly siren time, Ronnie.
I'd suggest that maybe they've gone for a bone once the time.
Well, Dog's usually pretty good up there. Craig Darcy, a legend of the Thomson Football Club, coach of our under-18s and official scorer.
Maybe he's enthralled in the 89.1 FM call.
He could be. I think that's the siren then, Ronnie. The game is stopped for the quarter-time break.
Okay, well, Johnny, what we'll do, if you'd like to maybe give our listeners an opportunity to see who the goal kickers were for the Thomson side. They kicked 6 in that term for that first quarter, and you're better players, mate.
The Thomson side, Christian McFarlane's kicked 1. We've got Andrew Gardner's kicked 2. Craig Wolfman's kicked 2. Shane Withers has kicked 1. So, and the best players for the Thomson side, I believe, Christian McFarlane, been very good. Dale Menzies across the half-back line's been exceptional. Andrew Gardner's been good. Ian Evans hasn't had much of the footy, but he's done a sterling job in the ruck.
Yeah, a lot of hard stuff.
Work. Our half-back line of Jason Stein, Andrew Aitchison, and Dale Armstrong, I think. Dale Menzies has been very, very good. Whilst North Geelong's half-back line's been good as well. Cummings, who's had 2 goals kicked on him, I think has been a very good player for the North Geelong side.
Yep, certainly. But the movement of the ball makes it very hard for the North Geelong defence, because there's so many runners from the Tigers at the moment.
There is. Our running strength has been good. Timmy Gardner's sensational through the centre of the ground with Christian Highland, and we can throw Christian Smith in there, Christian McFarlane in there. Mickey Gann has been very, very good this quarter. I thought he had a fair old influence on the game. But all in all, Thomson seem to be teaming a little better at this moment.
They certainly are. We'll be back with the action, Johnny, of the second quarter. Quarter time scores just for our 89.1 FM country FM listeners, of course. 6-7, 43 Thomson. They lead North Geelong 3 points. Margin 40 points, probably not a true indication of the game. We'll be back with a kick-by-kick description of the second quarter here on Guest Video and Country FM. And don't forget, listeners, Country Football is Country FM.